How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, this time inside Britain's lawless jails. Horror footage exposes fight clubs, spice zombies and brutal beatings. Exclusive. Astonishing footage uncovered by the Sunday Mirror from UK jails shows the extent of the crisis in prisons crippled by austerity. A drugged up lag is doused by a fellow inmate in shocking footage exposing Britain's crisis prisons. The film was taken after a spice binge at Liverpool jail. A Sunday Mirror video dossier also reveals organised fights, beatings and hordes of drugs and phones for sale. Video from one jail show a crumpled lag, totally spaced out, his feet bizarrely poking inwards, whilst he shakes zombie-like in the corner. A fellow prisoner is handed a pipe containing the drug spice. He stumbles around what appears to be a toilet block before collapsing, being stripped and humiliated by a laughing pal with his face masked. The Ministry of Justice has vowed to act after we handed over footage taken in HMP Liverpool, or Walton Jail. But it's just one clip in an alarming video dossier amassed by the Sunday Mirror. Other footage shows drugs and phones piled on a table at Buckley Hall Jail, Lancashire, as laughing inmates reviews the hall. A lag at Pentonville, North London, begs for mercy as he is battered. At Featherstone Jail, Staffordshire, inmates watch two lags trade punches in a brutal fight club. And yet more footage again from Buckley Hall. One lag sets fire to another lag using an aerosol. Our team launched a probe after being handed disturbing videos inside the prisons across our country. These also been posted on social media and expose how Britain's prisons are now in meltdown. Labour Shadow Justice Secretary Richard Burge said, "The shocking footage shows the chaos in our prisons. They are in crisis, fueled by the Tories' reckless cuts agenda." Now that's nothing more than political point scoring, guys, going on about the Tories. Now I can't stand the Tories, but Labour couldn't do any better, neither with the prisons. The clip at HMP Liverpool is accompanied by a warped commentary. It shows a shirtless tattooed inmate being given spice in a yellow pipe. He appears to zone out within just a few seconds and is led towards a chair before flopping on the floor. A masked lag in a grey prison tracksuit pulls down the man's shorts. One giggling inmate in the room says, "This is what you get, the consequences of smoking spice." The prisoner is subject to humiliating abuse, then a bucket of water is thrown over him and then he wakes. In the opposite corner of the room, and oblivious, a skinny lag is sprawled out and shaking. The episode happens in inspectors this year slammed conditions at the jail as the worst they had ever seen. Officials said of the 1,155 prisoners had to put up with rats, cockroaches, damp dirt, broken windows, filthy and leaking toilets. Drug carrying drones were highlighted as a serious problem, with 32 of the gadgets being confiscated. The Mirror video files also include two separate clips believed to have been filmed at Buckley Hall Jail. Buckley Hall is a Cat C, guys, in Rochdale. Inmates brazenly show a stall with 12 mobile phones, a bag of white powder said to be cocaine, 4 vials of steroids, syringes and a bag of spice. One lag does a hotel-style review. "All right, lads, I've been sent to this cell to inquire about phones, steads, other drugs. HMP Buckley Hall, belting, what a jail." Another inmate talks about prices and says, "Anything you want, lad, I'll get for you. Anything, not a problem." The second Buckley Hall video shows inmates lighting an aerosol in the cell. One prisoner sets another one on fire after pulling his trousers down to singe his pubes. Another worrying clip, this time from Pentonville, shows a prisoner being repeatedly bludgeoned over the head. Easy for me to say, guys. As he pleads to stop, he collapses to a toilet with blood trickling from a wound as another man grabs him by the throat. The Fight Club footage from HMP Featherstone shows inmates belting each other as 20 lags look on. It dates from 2017, but is believed to be the 4 videos were taken this year. Mark Fairhurst, the national chair of the POA. The POA are dismayed, but by no means shocked. Our prisons are in crisis and awash with drugs, weapons and phones. We have constantly asked for security to start at the gate and wish everybody entering to be searched in the same way as at an airport. Well, that needs to include your own prison officers, doesn't it? Because they're bringing stuff in. On top of the other avenues, of course. We need dedicated search teams reinstated in every prison. We need DOD sections in prisons to detect and deter drugs. We expect the government to act. Well, if they don't, they'll spit the dummy out, guys, and they'll carry out banned industrial action like they did last month. Critics of the UK failing jails points to funding cuts. They fucking tongue twisters, these guys. sometimes these words. The think tank, the Institute for the Government, says prison spending in 2006 and 17 was down 16% on 2009 and 2010, before the Tories took power. And the Institute for Physical Studies warned the Ministry of Justice faced a 40% real term cut by 2020 since austerity began. The latest scandal comes months after Birmingham Jail was taken out of the hands of contractor G4S, and just weeks after a protest by the service's 20,000 officers over record levels of violence. UK jails hold 83,000 lags, and the Ministry of Justice recently vowed to boost officer numbers by 3,111. Keep spinning that same boring line. The prison service confirmed the video from Liverpool was subject to urgent investigation. Action has been taken on 3 of the 4 other videos, and a spokesperson said those responsible have been punished. This is the thing, guys. You put yourself on a video, put it on social media, you shouldn't be surprised when security is spinning you or the muftis. I mean, this is absolutely unacceptable. Anyone found behaving in this way can expect to spend significantly longer behind bars. To stop drugs from entering prisons, oh, here we go, boring. We are investing 40 million in safety and security, 14 million each year to target organised crime, and a further 2 million to detect and block mobile phones. Same shit, different day, guys. Talk, talk, talk. Prisoners are one step ahead, the old game of cat and mouse. Crisis fueled by reckless cuts agenda. Comment by Richard Burge, the Shadow Justice Secretary. The shocking footage uncovered by the Sunday Mirror shows the chaos in our prisons. They're in crisis, fueled by the Tories' reckless cuts agenda. The Tories were warned that the dangerous austerity experiment in our prisons would end in failure. They pressed on regardless, slashing hundreds of millions from budgets and axing thousands of staff. Now our prisons have become hotbeds of drug-fueled violence. There is an assault every 20 minutes, 30,000 plus assaults a year. A member of our hard-working staff is attacked every hour. Prisons should not be where people serve their sentence. Prisons should not be just where people serve their sentences. They should be about turning around lives to reduce reoffending and make our communities safer. That can't be done whilst understaffing leaves prisons in chaos and inmates locked up in their cells for up to 23 hours a day. As the crisis begins to spiral out of control, the Tories finally realised they needed more prison officers. Yet there are still 3,000 fewer officers than in 2010. In addition, tens of thousands of years of vital experience has been lost. Long-serving prison officers were axed or left in droves because of ever more dangerous conditions and pay cuts, thanks to the Tories' pay cap. All this was creating a dangerous cocktail of inexperienced officers and experienced prisoners. Belatedly, the government has promised new money, but it's woefully inadequate. The Tories need to stop tinkering around the edges. The government needs to go much further, to launch an emergency action plan and provide substantial new funds to make our prisons safe for both staff, inmates and wider society. Again, they're not bothered about prisoners, guys. Nothing more to say on that story, guys. It is what it is. You know what's going on within prisons and stuff. Prisoners that show themselves on camera, I don't get it, and I'll never get it. As a clued up former prison criminal, I just don't understand it, can't get my head around it. Let me know what you think about the video, guys. I'm going to try and save the video so I can put it at the start, so if you've seen it, you know why. Let me know what you think about the story, about the conditions, about the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Cody out.